Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn, and if you're new here, I do all kind of crafty things. I do knitting, crochet. Those are my two top ones. I do weaving, loom weaving on an ankle loom, and I've done cross stitch. I just haven't done it in so long. I, I wouldn't mind picking up a crochet cross stitch project again, but I don't know how my eyes would adjust to it right now. They're not as young as they used to be, so I don't know. But anyway, and if you are a subscriber or you're coming back to my channel, welcome back. I appreciate y'all being here, whether you're new or you're returning. Today, now in my last one, I'm sorry, something is itching my nose like crazy. It's very dry out here. We were promised supposedly 4 days of rain right before my birthday, and well, it was supposed to start on my birthday, which was last Friday, and we've got nothing. Nothing. I went to Augusta Saturday, and I got probably about 2 miles from my house going down the interstate, and it rained the whole way to Augusta and the whole way back until I got about the same spot. And quit raining on me. Got home, there was nothing. Yeah. My grass is so brittle dry right now. Anyway, I'm upset. We have 4 acres cleared on our land, and there's no way I could water all that. We're on a well, so I'm not worried about the power bill, but there's no way I could water all my grass. So I desperately need rain. We desperately need rain. And since I took the plastic off the top of my greenhouse, I'd love for it to get some natural rain, but that hasn't happened yet. So anyway, sorry. I got up first thing this morning after I did all my watering chores for my greenhouse and my herb pots and all that. I ran to town and got some buttons because the last time I recorded, I was telling y'all about the crochet toppers that one of y'all, Teresa, hey Teresa, that she wanted to get from me. So I had made some up, and I just emailed her pictures, and she told me which ones she wanted and whatnot. So I'll be able to send those to her, plus the little sunflower hot pad. And she picked a star hot pad. So it depends on which blue that she wants. I might try to match it up with the other hot pad. But anyway, so I was stressing myself out. Not anytime you try something new, you have to work out the kinks, right? So a new pattern, a new craft, like when I started my ankle weaving, that was new and exciting and aggravating and stressful. And so whenever you do something like that, it's kind of like, well, I get in a hurry to learn it so that I can get the project finished, right? Especially if it's for someone I know, or whatnot. And this one, my biggest problem, and I don't have it over here, was, I showed y'all the little Fiskars tool that it cuts, and then there's a rotary blade that is supposed to punch the holes in the top of the towels so that you can crochet into them. That's the part that was stressing me out. When I gave that up, it went smoothly. And I was able to punch the holes in with the teeny tiny little surgical scissors, and a lot less stressful on myself. So I'll if if I continue to do it that way, I'll probably choose that, to do it with that. I'm not trying that rotary tool anymore. So I made some solid color ones that I cut the towel in half so that it's not as thick. Um, and then I did 2 of those, and then I did the gray ones same way, cut them in half. The reason I cut them in half originally was the tool would go through half of the towel, but it wouldn't go through both thicknesses. If you fold the towel in half, it wouldn't go through both of those. But anyway, so I got 2 gray ones, and those are definitely going to Teresa. And she said she wanted 2 of the solid blue ones. So I don't know if she wants 2 of the light blue ones or 2 of the dark blue ones. But I got 2 of these. I finished those. And then, well, I showed y'all the coffee one from the last time, just the little decorative towel. But what I didn't show you is now, all of those are where I went in and crocheted into the towel, right? Well, I watched probably about 4 or 5 different people and the way they made crochet towel toppers and whatnot. And one lady said that she didn't punch holes in the towel at all. That she basically just did the embroidery chain stitch and crocheted into that. I was like, okay. So I got out my, well, I'm going to use my black. I haven't used this one yet. I used gray, but I have crochet thread from where I weave on the inkle loom. So I used it, and I did this. See how clean cut that looks? I love that. And then I did another one with a different style of folding, you know? But I love how clean that looks. And I just used my crochet thread and an embroidery an upholstery needle, and was able to make the chain on top of the towel. So I can kind of show you, I think, on the bottom of this one. Yeah. So if you can kind of see, I did underneath there, you can kind of see the crochet thread. How that's basically just like a stitch on the bottom, but it's chained up top to where I could go under, like you do go under the top 2 loops of a single crochet or double crochet. Basically, that's kind of what you're doing here. You're making those 2 loops, because that's what it looks like. It looks like the top of a crochet stitch. And so I just crocheted into that, and I love how crisp and clean that looks. I'm not saying that I don't like the other look, but I definitely am going to do some more of this. Now today I went looking at fabric markers on Amazon the other day because I was able to use a silver Sharpie to kind of mark the top of these so I could keep my straight line, or my semblance of a straight line. And I just lightly went over it with that gray marker, and you can't even see it. But I have, hold on. I have these dark towels that you can't do that with. And even the gray and the lighter blue, it's not going to show up. So I remember back in the day when my grandma and later my mom, they would talk about, sewing and whatnot. Now, neither one of them really taught me to sew. I learned that in home ec and in high school, um, which I don't even think they have anymore now in school. But, and we used them in home ec, but it was a different kind of marker. Now, my grandma and my mom always called them grease pens or something similar to that, but I'm pretty sure it was called grease. They called them grease pens. And then in home ec, they called them fabric pens. So I went looking that up, and I found some white ones, which will be perfect for any of these others. I have that gray Sharpie that I can use on the light colored ones, especially if I'm going to top it. Sorry, especially if I'm going to top it with gray yarn and gray thread. But I have that coming today, and I have more of the gray, the light blue, and the dark blue towels that I want to do. And I have red. The only reason why I didn't do any red is because that wasn't what Teresa was looking for. So I have some red. Then I have some with white and blue on it. So I have a lot more that I want to do. I wanted to show y'all these because I was very excited to get it done. And when someone wants something from me, it's very motivational. So I get cracking on it really, really quick. Like in that kind, I don't know if that's from, well, that's just kind of my go-getter attitude, which served me well when I was working. It drives my family nuts, I'm sure, because when I get an idea, I'm like, let's go, 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 go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And I don't want to quit till I'm done. Uh, and I don't apologize for that. I mean, I'm very aware of it. And I know that that doesn't fit with everybody. That doesn't fit with people that like to, do it at their own pace. Their pace may not be my pace. And for that, I'm sorry for them and for me too, because I want to get it done. So I went to town. So I'm sorry, I got off track. So I got up and I wanted to get a good early start because I wanted to record this morning. Yeah, that didn't happen. It's like 12. No, actually, hold on. Yeah, it's later than that. It's 1:30. So I went to town trying to find buttons, right? I didn't want to go all the way to Augusta to Joann's or go all the way to Hobby Lobby on the other side of Aiken. So I was heading to Walmart. Because the last time, and I want to kick myself in the butt because I was at Walmart one day and they had, it looked like they were plastic jars, but they were almost like quart-sized cannon jars, and they were on clearance. I can't remember if they were $1.50 or $3.50. They're originally like $9 or $11. And I had 3 of them, 3 different colors. It was an assorted mix, black and beigey wood buttons. So it was a good mix. And I talked myself out of them. I walked away with them in my buggy, and I got to looking at my buggy, and I'm like, I was there for groceries, and I went to go check. I can't remember what I went to go check. I don't know, but I went down the craft aisle, and I seen them. I grabbed them, walked off, and sometimes I have buyer's remorse, on things that I don't really have a purpose for in my head then. And this was one of those cases. I was like, what am I going to use these for? I have the little button tin that I told y'all, that I showed y'all. I was like, I have enough buttons in there. And I walked all the way back across the Walmart, put them back on that shelf. And then when I was telling y'all, when I was looking in my button tin on the last video, I kind of mentally kicked myself in the butt. Because I'm like, if I'd had those buttons, I wouldn't have had to go looking for them this morning. So next time, I need to kind of trust my instinct, because you just never know. And I do cardigans, so I don't know why I put them back. And I'm going to date myself a little bit, but it's like I could have slapped myself and said I should have had a V8 type moment. But, and I know if y'all are younger, which I don't think there's a whole lot of extremely younger people watching me. If there are, awesome. You just learned an old-timey saying. But it's just something it was a big commercial back in, I think, the 70s and 80s. But anyway, so that being said, I wanted to get all that done. I took pictures of them, sent them to Teresa. She got back with me. And I will get back with her right after I finish this video about, which one she wanted after I sent her the pictures. So I'm excited. And, me and her were talking about something. And I'm going to leave that between me and her. So anyway, but it's about, no, I can kind of keep it generalized. It's about your gifts not being appreciated, and things you do for people, things that are handmade that you gift other people. It's kind of like the old saying, and this is, are they knit worthy, or are they crochet worthy? And if you know that they're going to sell your stuff, make animal beds out of it. Now, to be fair, I have made, and I'm hoping to make some more of the little mats, out of my scraps that I take down to the SPCA to put in the animal cages, so they'll have soft beds. But no, I'm talking about something that you put all this work and hard work, especially with quilting. She was talking about that. She's a quilter, or she used to quilt, and people would use it for, all kind of unimaginable things, or sold them, or just generally, like I was saying, they just don't appreciate it, and it's just mistreated, or just tossed around, or thrown away, or it kind of breaks your heart. Now, I know that there's a lot of people out there that are of the mind that once I gift it, it's no concern of mine what happens to it. And that's true. I agree with that. But I can also say, as a maker, if I see you've mistreated something that I've spent my time and my hard-earned money to make you, yeah, you do with it what you want. But if I see you doing something wrong with it, I won't make you anything else. No, mm-mm. And I don't apologize for that. And I don't think any maker on this planet would apologize for thinking someone's not knit worthy or crochet worthy if they won't appreciate what they're given. Now, getting off my soapbox, but that is a consideration. So, I was telling y'all the other day that I was expecting a couple things Sunday, which was one of them was the little 9-inch circular needle for the sleeves of my cardigan. And I got that in. So, I mean, it was so funny because as soon as I got them in, I broke them out of the package and started on my sleeves for my cardigan. But let me tell you this. I have a ton of socks that I hand knit, and I'm going to do a whole video on that. Just not right now. But anyway, I only use 9-inch circulars for my socks. I don't mind DPNs, double pointed needles. I don't mind them. But to me, the flow is so much better on my 9-inch circulars. Now, actually, I think I keep all my good. I, I have one of these for knitting needles and one of these for crochet hooks. So I'm just going to show you. Okay. Show you just how small these knitting needles. So when you're knitting, you're basically knitting in this circumference right there. And I haven't done this. Now, I have a whole collection of socks that I've knitted. So I haven't knitted socks in almost a year. Maybe a little under a year. But I broke out those 9-inch circulars and started on the sleeves. And I'm like, wow, my hand muscles have forgotten what this feels like. Now, I was able to pick it right back up and go with it easy. But the strain it put on my hands, Lord, I can tell it's been too long. So I'm having to work my hands back into that muscle memory to where they don't ache. So right now I'm doing a lot of this as I'm working on that sleeve. Just steadily, doing that. But so I got that in. I was excited about that. Like I said, I went ahead and started right into knitting that sleeve, the first sleeve. And then I told y'all, trying to keep it below the camera, I told y'all that I had seen Crystal from Bag O' Day Crochet had ordered some yarn from Made in America Yarns, right? Well, she ordered wool and wool blends, I think. I can't remember what all she ordered, but y'all know me in cotton. I love my Lily Sugar and Cream cotton. So, I did the calculations. Okay. I have my handy dandy little phone here today. Now, I tried looking back in my history on my calculator, but I don't see anything that shows me which one I did. Yeah, so yeah, none of those are the right calculations. So let's just say I'm going to use the $11.99 when Lily Sugar and Cream goes on sale, right? Divide that by 674 yards. That is 0.017. So that's almost 2 cents a yard, right? Now, sometimes I can get it cheaper. Okay. Now, these, since I did have to pay shipping, these were $20.99 for each cone. All right. But I'm going to show y'all these cones. Okay. It's funny that the first one I'm going to reach for is purple. Okay. So, and y'all should have seen me when this came in. My husband went down to the mailbox and they shoved these things in my mailbox. And it's amazing that they fit in there, and it's amazing that he was able to get them out. This is a Lily Sugar and Cream. 600 and... I have yarn falling all over the place. This is 674 yards. This is the Made in America cone of yarn. This, they say, it's approximately anywhere from 1,200 to 1,350 yards. Yeah. Huge difference. Huge. I mean, that is a substantial difference. Substantial. So, they both, now, honestly, the Made in America yarn feels actually softer. But anyway, so put this over here on my desk for a moment, which I love. I'm so grateful for my son for getting that for me. I swear this yarn keeps falling. My chair must be hitting the back of must be hitting that little rack I have behind me. But anyway, so these are the two yarns I got. This one is called Bright Purple. Yes, this is Bright Purple and this is Pink Heart. Yeah, and these are both the same softness. Sometimes, you know, yarn is different feeling depending on the color. But these are huge cones of yarn. And I'm so excited to get with them. Now, I will say, I'm going to do I think I might knit up a hand towel in both of these colors and see how I like them. Now, they are both 4-weight, okay? So they're worsted weight. And I'm thinking that I could interchange them with my Lily Sugar and Cream. Because, come on. Tell me that would not be gorgeous. Now, this is a little lighter than the 4-ounce balls of some that I've gotten of the Purple Haze. But yeah, I could totally switch these. I mean, I'm thinking I need to see how these work up. See how, if, you know, they're very splitty or they seemed pretty sturdy when I tried to break them. Because, you know, I'm sitting here trying to pull. I mean, I don't know if you can see how white my fingers are getting. I have little marks on my finger, on my pinkies. But anyway, I tried pulling on them, and I couldn't really break them that easy. So, I like that. Now I want to see how they work up, and then I'll color set them. And if you don't know, I set my cotton colors so that gifts and, sorry, my bangs are getting too long. I need to cut them. I color set them so that when I gift them or sell them now, they won't run on people and they won't bleed on other colors. And I just want to keep the colors looking vibrant. I mean, come on. Would you want to lose this awesome color? I know I wouldn't. So, now, I had to show y'all what we were talking about before I did the money. So I wanted to make sure that it was cost effective, or at least similar. Now, I have my invoice here. So I said that the Lily Sugar and Cream was 0.017, so 2 cents a yard, essentially. All right, so these were $20.99 for double the yardage. Okay. If we were doing only that, if I could go pick those up locally, those would be hands down cheaper. And I'll go with the 1,200 yards. I'll go with the bottom end of their measurements. Oh, nope. Guess what? $20.99 divided by 1,200 yards is 0.0174. The other one was 0.0177. So, but when you're getting into that, you know. So they pretty much comparatively, without shipping, they're the same price. Now, but I'm honest with myself, and I'm going to be honest with y'all. To me, yes, I used gas to go over to get that, but I have a Toyota Camry. My car gets excellent gas mileage. So I did tax and everything, which I didn't figure up tax on the Lily Sugar and Cream. I probably should have, so I could really be apples to apples, but and I don't have those receipts in here. So it was $4.20 tax and $12 shipping. So it's $52.80. So $52.80 divided by 2,400, because we're going on the lower end of each one. So it's 1,200 and 1,200. And that gives me 0.022. So I round up, right? On the 1.77, I said, so it's 2 cents a yard. Sorry. Yeah, y'all know I'm a morning person. So it's 2 cents a yard if I round up. And then on this one, it's 0.022, which I wouldn't round up on that because it's under 5. So it's still basically 2 cents a yard. Now, it's still enough of a difference to where I will compare them side by side to see how that works up, how the color sets. Because let me tell you, my color setting process is not foolproof. I found that out when I was doing those egg aprons, and I did them in Hobby Lobby's. I love this cotton. That does not set. I had it sitting in the vinegar and water, and because I use vinegar, water, and Epsom salt. But like I said, I have a video of that. I can link it below, and I don't have my little notepad to where I keep my notes. But anyway, I'll try to remember to link it below. But I set that in the pot by itself. And when I pulled it out, the red had bled into like where it was folded, because I was using my water bath canning pot. So it was a big pot. It was about that big. But I still had to fold the apron up into threes to be able to get it into the solution. And I was so upset. It bled. Those colors bled from I Love This Cotton. So back 2017, 2019, I don't know which which clearance sale those came from. From Hobby Lobby. But I have quite a few because I bought them thinking I would make crocheted or knit tops with them. I don't know that I'm going to do that anymore because I was so disgusted when I went to try to set the color. So I don't even know if these colors are going to set with the way that I do it. Because yes, manufacturers try to set their colors in cotton yarn and wool yarn. And when you're dealing with natural fibers, you basically need to make sure that that color is set. Or you can throw one of those color catcher things in your wash. I don't know. I've never tried one. I've never bought one. Usually if I have something cotton, I try to set the color first. So we'll see how this measures up with all of those things. And then I'll throw them in the wash and see how, and see how that works. They may end up going into the wash by themselves, and I might hand wash, and I do that with quotation marks. But I was going to say I could put them in a rinse cycle in the washer, but I'm not going to do that for just one hand towel because I don't want to put them together, one purple, one pink, and they bleed on each other. Hold on, let me make sure that wasn't either one of my sons. Nope. And my daughter-in-law talking about the chickens. She had one chicken that a hen that took another hen's. One hen was broody, and she got up, and then another hen sat on her eggs and wouldn't let the first hen back on them. And she thought that a snake had gotten all the eggs, but she said that she seen that the second hen walking around with a baby today, and she said, I've been checking this chicken for weeks, and nothing had hatched. But it's a pretty good sized chick, so she's been, that little mama hen's been hiding her for a minute. Oh, so anyway, I'll let y'all know on the Made in America yarns, see how that works. Because if I can get the same response from it that I get out of the Lily Sugar and Cream, I wouldn't mind. Because sometimes they don't have, Lily Sugar and Cream might not have the color that I want. Because Made in America yarn, they have a beautiful spring green cotton. Now, when I say spring green, I'm not talking. Okay, hold on. Think spring green red heart. If you have any red heart and spring green, think that. It's almost edging to the point of like a neon color on their screen. Now I can say these two colors on my phone looked different in person versus what it looked like on my phone. Not a whole lot. Maybe on the pink I was a little disappointed because it came across as hot pink on my phone. And I'm going to see. Just give me 1 second, and I'm going to see if I can't show you the difference. But that's what their website looks like. Made in America Yarns. I'm going to go with 4/4 cotton. I think it was on page 3. Yep. It's 4-ply right there. Right there. And it says anywhere from $15.99 to $21.99. But they're on sale, obviously, because I got the oh, okay. So this has changed since I came on here. So when I came on here, these were just little color thumbnails. But now it has um, them in words. All right, so sorry, I know I'm not being very organized. All right, so this is their bright purple on my phone, and this is the bright purple in real life. Now, I won't know until I look back at this recording to see how close those are. But this is Pink Heart. This is it. This is like a bright, hot pink. And this is what it looks like in person. So I'm not disappointed. I like the color. But to me, this is like a dusty rose pink, not a vibrant hot pink. Now, this vibrant hot pink with that purple, we'd have been cooking with gas on that one. We're still cooking with gas. But anyway, I am pleased enough initially to where I have high hopes for this yarn. And I'm hoping that it just lives up to what I'm hoping, to my expectations. So, all that being said, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to get off of here. Might end up going to my father-in-law and his girlfriend's house, playing the pool. You know, they're talking about getting together for pizza, and if we do, I mean, I'll eat some cheesy bread or something. I can't do the pizza, unfortunately, but we can go swimming in the pool, and I can play with my grandbaby in the pool, get him a little bit more confident in the water. He's a lot more confident when we're at the lake, but he can walk in. He can walk into the pool, except as tall as he is, it's still a little too deep in the shallow. Especially when the big kids are playing in the pool and the waves are going, and so he's like a little tick. He holds on to me really tight. He does that a little bit at first in the lake until he gets his, confidence up. And it's almost like every time we have to start from scratch. And I don't mind that. I wish he was a lot more of a water baby, because he would get a lot more fun out of it than being terrified at the beginning and then not wanting to even get out at the end. So anyway, wanting to get off here and work on my cardigan a little bit. But now that I got all that done, I might use some of those that I got Saturday. That cotton yarn, not the Made in America yarn, but the Lily Sugar and Cream, the 4-ounce balls that I got, to start me another bag. Because good golly, Miss Molly, I have carried my crochet bag that I showed y'all, the spring fling bag. I've been carrying it as my purse. And everywhere I go, I get compliments on it. They're like, "Oh, that is so pretty. Did you make that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did. Sure did. Yep." So I want to make that. I want to make another one. And then I still want to make, I'm looking over at it, one of the crochet beach bags, but in the small version. Because, you know, I might be starting to do a thing again. So when I first started knitting socks, I only knit like 1 or 2 pair. And then I enjoyed the process so much, I did a lot more. And that's all I wear now is knit socks. I don't wear store-bought socks unless I'm wearing my boots. But I haven't been able to wear my boots since I broke my foot, because now my foot is different. it doesn't bend the right way. They had to go in and when I had surgery, because I broke my foot during COVID, and needless to say, it took almost a year for me to be able to see anybody because I couldn't get in to see people. I couldn't get in to see the doctors because I couldn't wear a mask. I would have a panic attack, hyperventilate, pass out, just it was not pretty. So by the time I finally got in to see somebody, there was big issues. So when he went in, when I finally was able to have surgery on it, he had to go in because I broke. All right, so say this is your big toe, right? This is that knuckle. You know how you can bend your toes in, and you have the that's the knuckle. All right, I broke the bone of that knuckle. So, and it was so slight that it was pinching everything, and I think it was pinching a nerve in there because I have peripheral neuropathy. I don't have any feeling in my feet, but I felt that break and I felt that pain that whole time. So it's it's kind of assumption that it was pinching something, probably a nerve in there, to where that's what was making me feel that. So he went in and he had to shave part of that break off. Well, now that toe doesn't bend properly. And with me having peripheral neuropathy, I can't just slip my foot in a boot like y'all can. I have to physically manhandle the boot because my foot stays at a 90-degree angle on purpose, because I can't. I mean, I can sit here and I can point my toes by my muscles, right? But I can't feel it being pointed. So if I try to if I try to point it and put it in a boot, my toes are going to do like this in my boot, and I won't know it. So I just won't be able to get my foot in there. So I try to keep my foot just, as close to a 90-degree as I can, and then slide the boot on that way. Well, unfortunately, that toe gets stuck because it doesn't bend with the toe of the boot. So I haven't been able to wear my boots. So I hadn't really had a need to wear store-bought socks. Now, going back to what I was talking about, the way I am about my knit socks, I might end up being about these bags, about making my own bags and carrying my own bags instead of store-bought bags. I love the cuteness of some of the bags I've had over the years, but mostly I try to either go silver or tan in the summer and black in the winter. And I don't crochet pockets or anything like that into them. They're a bag, and I'm okay with that. But as many compliments as I've gotten off of that spring fling bag, I definitely want to make some more. And I might make some to sell. Who knows? If I do, I'll show y'all. But for now, I'm going to get off here and go enjoy the rest of my day. And I hope y'all do too. Y'all go make the best of your day. Bye-bye.